Just terrible transition defense by Nick Smith Jr. You have to get back. Do not worry about the ball when it's across half court. Trey Scott right here is going to be able to get back and take the ball. You can't let Blake Wesley get behind you, but you're worried about the ball. Terrible defense by James Bouknight. You're leaning towards this screen early and gambling. Look at that gamble and how you lean towards the screen. So now you're never going to get back over the top to take Julian Champagnie right here. So Kai Jones is going to have to stay dropping towards the ball for forever, and Dominic Barlow, come on. Trey Scott is giving up on the play right here. Blake Wesley is going to get his shot blocked, so let's get over here and box out. You're just standing and watching, so where's your box out? Trey Scott with a completely pointless double team. Wembanyama's fine out here beyond the free throw line. Get over to Julian Champagnie right here. Look at Trey Scott. That is horrible. Is just atrocious defense from Trey Scott. Please, get your feet set in a defensive stance. Where are you backpedaling to here? So now you got to leave your feet on a pump fake. So now when this handoff comes, you have no chance of getting over this screen. I mean, you wouldn't have gotten over this screen by tomorrow. Completely and utterly reckless gamble by Nick Smith Jr. Stay home. You don't get this ball, 2 points. I mean, what the heck was that? Okay, the gambling is driving me insane. James Bouknight, you want to be in the gaps, then just get your feet set. Stunt at the ball and recover. It's not gamble at the ball, because now you have no chance of... Bryce McGowens is trying to make an NBA team by jogging. Please sprint back and get ahead of Blake Wesley here. The reason Blake Wesley goes coast to coast is because you're taking a nap. This is garbage basketball. Amari Bailey, just get in a defensive stance. Look at the gambling here. Were you trying to deny an entry pass? Well, nice. Now you're going to get cooked off the dribble. I mean, Nick Smith Jr. has been an absolute disaster. You're not fronting Wembanyama in the post here, so why are you coming over here and backside help? Look at this. What are you doing? So now Trey Scott's got to leave who he's guarding, and now there's no one to defend this pick and roll. I mean, James Bouknight is just not an NBA player. Why are you not getting your feet set in a defensive stance? Why are you coming up here to crowd the ball? So now you're going uphill as Malachi Branham is coming downhill. That draws help. And Julian Champagnie in the corner. Yeah, I mean, this is just atrocious defense from Brandon Miller. You cannot fall asleep. Up and guard. There's no reason that you're late to get over this down screen. So that forces in a completely unnecessary switch here. And then we got another switch. But now Kai Jones, if he's going to switch, you got to call out switch, switch, switch. So Brandon Miller knows to switch on to Dominic Barlow. There's no communication there. Kai Jones' turn to walk back defensively. Sprint back and be ahead of the ball. Not only are you jogging, where are you jogging to? Brandon Miller's got the ball here. So you're walking back. That leaves a 2-on-1 here on the weak side of the floor. And good night. How Kai Jones falls asleep on Victor Wembanyama, I'll never understand. Up, see the ball and Wembanyama. You know, the reason everyone's here. What was that? James Bouknight cannot just go double the ball willy-nilly. You got to wait for Brandon Miller so he can rotate up here. You just went to double. What's the point of it? How easy is this to pass out of? There's no rotation. So now there's numbers for the Spurs. God, was that atrocious. James Bouknight falling asleep on defense. Look at this right here. You're guarding Malachi Branham. Look at him take a nap right here. So that's why this space happens. And now you got to have urgency, okay? You slept on defense. You got to get up. Look at the lack of urgency right here. Walking, straight line drive to the cup. Kai Jones has got to communicate in transition. You're not going to get back to Wembanyama, so you got to communicate to Trey Scott to come over here, and this is where you go. Look at this horrendous communication. So now Wembanyama goes all the way to the rim, draws help, dunk. You do not worry about the ball when it's beyond half court. If you're Nick Smith Jr., you're Brandon Miller, just sprint back. The ball's all the way over here. Because right now, James Bouknight's getting sealed by Wembanyama. But you were standing all the way over here guarding nothing. So now Wembanyama's going to catch this bucket +1. Terrible defense by James Najee. If you're in drop coverage, you see where this ball screen is getting set. So get over here. I have to have my feet set so I can guard the ball but then recover. That's drop coverage. You got to scramble now to get over here. You're never going to be able to recover to Dominic Barlow on the roll. This is awful defense by Bryce McGowens. Just get in a defensive stance with your feet set. Why are your hands on Julian Champagnie right now? So now a little jab step's going to get you flying backwards, open triple. I mean, this is beyond unacceptable. We're trying to make NBA rosters here. Amari Bailey, James Najee. Could we sprint back? Look at this in transition right here. They never enter the picture. Not ever. Brandon Miller gets back. He's the number 2 pick. Where are the guys that are trying to make this team? You cannot fall asleep when you're guarding Victor Wembanyama. James Najee, where are his eyes? And I got to get in a defensive stance with my feet set. Where are you looking at right now? So you just completely fell asleep on Wembanyama. You're not ready to guard. Hand off, get right to the cup, draw a help, 2-shot foul. Why is James Najee not getting back in transition? Look at this. You gamble here on the ball. Take yourself out of the play. What are the Hornets doing here? If Brandon Miller is switching the screen, you got to switch now. Like, the Hornets are starting here in drop coverage, and now Bryce McGowens goes, never mind, I want to switch. Well, Brandon Miller was dropping. He's not ready to guard the ball. Bad switch by Brandon Miller. You got to get up here if you're switching this screen. There can't be space like this between you and the screener because now we're giving up open threes. Bryce McGowens is driving me insane. If you're going to take the ball, sprint towards the ball. If you're just going to jog, then James Bouknight will obviously have to take the ball, and you need to sprint this way. But you're just jogging, and you're also jogging to the middle of nowhere. It's corner 3.